I am going to talk about how to become a leader. The first thing that you need to ask yourself before you adopt a leading role is, are you looking after yourself? You cannot be in a leading role if you're not looking after yourself, if you're not getting enough sleep, if you're not eating enough, if you don't have good mental health. You're going to be leading people in a ineffective way. And it may be that you break down under the pressure of trying to lead your team or your group of people. Being a leader gives you a lot of responsibility, and you need to make sure that you are looking after yourself so that you can take on that responsibility. I've been working as a youth scheme leader for the last 3 weeks, and the first week of the course that I'm working on, you go to a residential where you're living on site with the young people and with all the other leaders. And the mistake that I made on the first week is that I just wasn't getting enough sleep. I was staying up, making sure that the young people were going to bed, and I was just overworking myself. I would get 5-6 hours of sleep, and then the next day I'd have to lead sessions for the whole day, and that just wasn't smart for me at all. I couldn't lead the activities effectively because I was really tired. I didn't have any enthusiasm, and the group can see that, and they sort of vibe off your energy. So if you do feel quite tired and you're not very enthusiastic about the sessions, they're going to feel tired and they're not going to be very enthusiastic about the sessions either. Moving on from that point, you will never be completely ready to be a leader. You have to take the leap of faith to go into that leading role. Say you want to be a gym instructor. You don't have to become a world-class athlete in bodybuilding to become a coach in the gym. You just need to be content with yourself that you are making adequate personal growth. You need to have some experience in the thing that you are leading. You need to feel relatively confident. You need to feel that you are making good progress yourself before you can teach other people how to do it as well. But you don't need to be an expert at it to lead people. For example, during lockdown, I was really into playing chess. I play online chess. I watched The Queen's Gambit on Netflix, and that sort of got me back into the online chess scene. And all through that summer of 2020, I was just really focusing on getting better at chess. And in the autumn, I started tutoring chess online to children. I am just an above average chess player. Online, I didn't have a very high rating. I'm better than the average friend that I have, but I was no means a titled player. I'd never been to a chess tournament. I'd never played a proper tournament or anything in person. I'd never played classical chess. But I still took that leap and started tutoring chess to children because I knew that I could teach them the basics and some intermediate concepts. Expert concepts, no. If you have just started your self-improvement journey, if you've just started developing yourself, trying to get rid of your bad habits and replace them with new habits, let's say you've started journaling for the first time, you're writing down your thoughts, and you're seeing a real difference in your life. Maybe you're feeling less stressed out because you're getting your thoughts down on the page. Do you have a regular routine to journal these thoughts down? No. Do you do it sometimes and it still helps you? Yes. You can still lead someone in that same way. You can still encourage your friends, hey, this journaling technique I've been doing has really been working for me. You're no expert in it. You don't know exactly how it works, you've just started, but you've seen the benefits and you can pass on that information to your friends. And in that way, you're taking on a leadership role. I'm really excited because in my next term at university, I'm going to start up the Personal Development Society, which hasn't been running in the last few years. I don't feel completely confident and able to run these sessions. I don't know how I'm going to structure the sessions, whether it's going to be look at lots of different habits at once, or each week look at a different habit, or have it more of an open session where we're just encouraging discussion. I don't know how I'm going to run it, but I know that I've been on my own self-improvement journey. I feel confident in the direction that I'm going. I'm going to take that leap of faith and jump into this leadership role. Not only will that help other people, it'll help my own journey as well, because I'll be pushing myself to try and understand the own concepts and the new sort of learnings that I'm going through at the moment. Explaining something that you're going through at the moment to somebody else who's completely new to it helps you develop yourself too. It's like writing down information in a different format. In order to be a good leader, you need to gain your team's respect or your followers' respect. How do you do that? I suggest when you become a leader, it may be informally or formally. In my case, it was more of a formal setting because I've been a youth scheme leader for the last few weeks. And I would put a team agreement in place. The first day that I meet my new team, I say, let's all write down a team agreement together. What sort of values do we want to try and have in our team as we're working together? I always make sure the first one is you respect everybody, including the leaders, including each other, including the instructors who help do activities like climbing and paddleboarding and things like that. And then I let them decide the rules that they would like for their team. So they put things down like be on time, help each other out, be enthusiastic, etc., etc. But it differs from team to team. You get everybody to sign it at the end, each team member. You make sure everybody's okay with the agreement, everybody understands what everything means. And then as you lead your team, if any of the members slip up and go against the team agreement, you can just pull them aside and say, this isn't acceptable. Remember, we went through this at the start. You signed your name on this piece of paper. And then they'll think, and they're like, oh yeah, I remember going through this at the start. I'm going to make an effort to stop this. And if they carry on doing it, you have to make them respect you and escalate it. Another way you can gain their respect is to not be a hypocrite. Make sure that you aren't breaking the rules of the team agreement as well. Something that I really cracked down on during the residential when we were away doing activities like climbing and paddleboarding was to be on time. I made sure I was 5 minutes early every time with my other assistant leader, and if anybody else was late, even if it was 1 or 2 minutes late, I would ask them, what is the time? And they would tell me what the time is, and they'd say, and what time were you supposed to be here? And they'd say 10:30 or whenever they were supposed to be there. And it really drills into them that each time they're late, I'm going to ask them, put them on the spot, what time is it? And make them recognise that they're late and they did something wrong. Another way to be a successful leader is effective communication. It's important with your team members, but also with other leaders. There are other people in the same position as you, in the same leadership position as you, that you can learn from. Maybe they have a different method to teach the certain subject that you are trying to teach. How do they organise their groups? What sort of different strategies do they have? Talk to people. If you're not sure about how to run a certain session, you're not sure how to help influence this certain person in a certain way, if somebody's feeling excluded, talk to somebody. How do you deal with this if you're not sure? They'll give you their opinion and you can weigh it up in your mind. Would that work for me? Is that a good idea for me? Can I implement this? This is a really good informal way of just asking questions and learning from other people. I used this a lot in my first week because I joined the second program out of the 3 programs that were running for this course. So the first program had already finished. Most of the leaders who were on this residential had already done the week of residential before. I came, I didn't know the site very well, I didn't know particularly how to run all of the sessions, but I had a great roommate who I was able to speak to and ask questions every day. What is expected of me in this? What is expected of me in this session? How do you do this with your team? What is your favourite game to run with your team? Effective communication in this way helped me so much. Lastly, I'm going to talk about my own self-fulfilling prophecy, which is really exciting to think about it. So last week I actually made a video very similar to this. It was the exact same topic. It was how to become a leader. And I had quite a difficult group in the last program. I'm on my second program now, the last one. And just finished the first week, the residential thing. Next week we're going to be raising money for a certain cause, a charity, or raising awareness for an issue. But I made this video last week. I didn't have time to edit it and upload it. But I wrote, it was basically a reflection of what I could do better in my leadership role. And I said, need to be more firm with my group. Put the group agreement down and stick to it. Make sure everybody knows to be on time. Make sure everybody knows to be respectful to everybody. Nobody should speak over each other, including me and my other leader. I also told myself to look after myself more, get more sleep, go to sleep as soon as I'm able to, as soon as the night is over, my night shift. Another thing I talked about in the video was to lead by example, be enthusiastic, because they sense your energy and they reciprocate it. And I found when I came back after this residential that all of the things that I wanted to happen happened. I told myself, do this and then this will happen to the team. Do this and this will happen to the team. And everything that I wrote down and wished that would happen happened. It was just an amazing self-fulfilling prophecy. I literally wrote down my goals, how I can improve my leadership skills, carried them out, and saw the benefits of them. It was partly to do with the group that I had, but I do think that the changes that I made to my own leadership role really helped as well. This is the end for this video. I hope this video has helped you in some way. You've gained some more information from it. Please check out my other videos, and other than that, please have a wonderful rest of your day.